Jesus fucking Christ. Honestly, fuck this shit. No, I'm not on mute. It was a stupid fucking StreamYard. Fuck. Okay. Jesus fucking Christ, that was annoying. Hello, Strictly Sega, Music Wave Beta, Mega Leech, Heine. Please, universe, have me have no more fucking technical problems. Now I will go and push my luck and make a cocktail. I'm going to make at least one video. Again, it's weird. I was all set to go, and then I just went and set this up and went, wait, shit's not working. What's that? And I spent ages trying to get shit working, like more than 20 minutes now. Just fucking StreamYard just doing this random fucking shit of not recognizing microphone and camera. Fucking shit. Need a textbook or fix. Anyway, let's go in stages. I'll just do that. I'm gonna make myself a martini. That'll make me feel better. When that also means chicken's in charge, of course. Oh, they're looking pretty good. Camera across there a little bit. There we go. There you go. That's a good arrangement of chickens. Oh, nice. Music Aid, a good flight sim stream. Shanghai to Old Hong Kong 1990s airport. Neat. Okay, I'll just put the banner up about the chickens being in charge. And get myself set up. Fuck! Never done that. Drop my fucking GoPro. Jesus. It's a tough little thing. It's fucking annoying. And the wooden floor absorbs some of the force rather than it being tiles or concrete or anything. Oh, you like watching me make the video through the chickens? Well, you get to watch me make a video through the chickens. I knew something was wrong. Something in my brain was just saying you're doing something wrong. And it took me ages to work it out. I was just attaching the GoPro backwards. Oh, it's all happening tonight, folks. All right. Let's get that set up. Oh, I should actually break the seal on this. This is a brand new bottle. Okay. Got my little bartender's friend here that has a little blade for cutting these things. Oh, God damn it. Gosh darn it. This is a whiskey barrel aged gin from Threefold Distilling, which is Steve the Bartender's distillery, Australia's most famous YouTuber. YouTube bartender, I should say. And I just realized I actually want to do the talky bit first because it's a new bottle and I want to do the first opening pop and the glug, glug, glug of pouring it. Oh, I haven't got my background lights on. That's how distracted I was by technical problems. Yeah, Dan, Heidi, Bundaberg rum will get you drunk. It will definitely do that. I can't imagine myself ever buying another bottle of it, actually, but I'm a fucking snob. I think I have openly admitted and embraced my snobbery. I have a lot of rums. I had a Bundaberg rum, and in fact, it was one of their upmarket expensive ones. It wasn't worth it. Okay, so audio recorder on, video camera. What are we doing, video camera? We good? We good? Think we're good? Okay, let's talk about this. G'day, cocktail lovers. I don't know if you've ever had barrel-aged gins. It's a thing that quite a few distilleries in Australia have been experimenting with, and I've really enjoyed them. And I got super excited when Threefold Distilling released a whiskey barrel-aged gin. For those who don't know, Threefold is in Adelaide. Steve the Bartender, Australia's best-known YouTube bartender, is one of the partners there. And I've had a few of their gins, which have been very good. And I was kind of excited, ooh, this is available. I guess I could get myself something special. And what tipped me over, I was actually looking what was still for sale. I recently finished my bottle of this. This is one of their experimental series. This is a coconut gin, great on its own. Incidentally, really good substitute for white rum in a tropical cocktail. So it was a special day when these two arrived, and I'm now going to try it. And because it's a new bottle, we get that first bottle pop. And I have to have a taste before I make a cocktail with it. And so we also get that glug, glug, glug from the first time. I love that sound. Now, this is their aromatic gins, been aged for, let's see, 8 months in a former whiskey barrel, French oak. And aroma-wise, it's actually picked up some really interesting notes. I don't know if it's the power of suggestion, but there really is an aroma that I would associate with whiskey, when it's been... I was going to say, when the whiskey's been aged in a barrel. All whiskey, by definition, is aged in a barrel. Anyway, I'm going to give it a quick taste as well. Ooh, the initial thing is it's sweet, it's quite light, and then there are genuine whiskey flavors come in. It's really nice, and it's warming me up a bit. It's 45% ABV, so a bit higher than your average gin. And I was trying to think of what to do with this to show it off in a cocktail. And I was thinking I'd find recipes that called for Geneva. If you're unfamiliar with Geneva, it's a Dutch spirit that is essentially a precursor to gin. It's older than gin. It's malt-based, as opposed to gins tend not to be malt-based. So Geneva is often described as kind of a halfway point between gin and whiskey. So I thought, gin, aged in a whiskey barrel, find a Geneva recipe and roll with that and see how it goes. I have in the past made old fashions with whiskey barrel aged gins, and it works really well. But I ended up settling on, almost got the words out. I have made old fashions before with whiskey barrel aged gins, and that tends to work really well. But I settled on, I'm actually going to make a martini, because I saw on the Difford's Guide recommended, I said, hey, make a Geneva martini for a malty alternative. And I thought, well, that kind of seems perfect. And I feel like I haven't made a martini on the channel for a while, so we'll be doing that. So we'll be doing with the barrel aged gin, and for the vermouth, I'm going to use this barrel-aged dry vermouth. I actually aged this in my own barrels. So this is very much a barrel-aged martini we're going with here. This is how we make it. All right, now to cut away and actually make the cocktail. Okie dokie, where's my mixing glass? Go there. Where's my martini glass? I'll put some ice in it. Should have been doing this all along. Let's do this. I'll chill my glass a little bit in the minute or so it takes me to be ready for it. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Alright. And I fucked up recording a video the other day. I only discovered when I went to edit it that I switched it off when I thought I was switching it on. Fuck me. Okay, that battery's too low. It's going to cut out. Not keeping on top of things. I'm going to have to go out. Be back in about 30 seconds. I've got to swap batteries. All right. Okay. Bloody hell, man. Do this. Bring my light around for the close-up, Mr. DeMille. How's that looking? Do that down a little bit. There we go. That looks about right. Let's start recording. Oh! Hope you appreciate the quality of that burp. Here I come now. Orange bitters, orange bitters. 2 dashes of orange bitters. Okay, good. Make my life a bit easier. Put this ice in the mixing jar. Ha! It's stuck together. I have to smash it up a bit. Oh my god, it's giving me such a hard time. Everything's giving me such a hard time tonight. Let me double check that I got that glass framed right. That will do. Let me strain this sucker in. Okay. And lemon oil. Oh, that's nice. Okay. Let's do... Did I not turn that on? Did I fucking not turn that on? Jesus H. cunting Christ. What the fuck is wrong with me? What the fuck is wrong with me? The fuck? It's gonna be over diluted. Don't know what you're on about. Oh, come on. God, it has some annoying tendencies. Jesus Christ, I am not having a good night. I'm in the not happy Jan territory right about now. Yeah, and alright. Jesus. Fucking universe is against me tonight. Oh, fuck me. Okay, fucking hell. Last phase of this. Okay. Let's fucking do it. I'm being generous with 2.5 ounces or 75 mils of the barrel-aged gin in a mixing glass. And then I'm adding just half an ounce of the barrel-aged vermouth. Final touch, 2 dashes of orange bitters. Add ice to the glass, stir that for 20 to 25 seconds to chill and dilute the drink, and then strain that into a chilled martini glass. For a dry martini, I like to drop in a twist of lemon peel. And here we have our barrel-aged martini. Oh, that goes together really well. It's got that nice, clean martini taste, but it does have some oakier flavors in there. It's just got the slightest hint of that whiskey heritage in there. It's made a really nice martini. So I'm very much looking forward to using this gin in a few other cocktails as well. But as I've given myself a pretty generous martini, I think I need to go and sit down and drink this, and I'll catch up with you another time, because I do hope to see you again soon. Until then, I will say cheers. Man, I hope that video is fucking usable. I'm in fucked mood now. Well, I'm not in a fucked mood. I'm not going to have a bad time in the stream, but I am so fucking peeved at the number of technical issues I've had tonight. What's that old? What's it? I can't even remember. Like, this shit is bananas. Ugh. Ain't no hollaback girl. God damn it. That's a good philosophy. Don't let little things get you down. Switch this banner off. Tech mode. He peels off plastic cover stickers. Please. Porn music. Nice. Hiya, Nog. You came here just in time for the chickens to retire for the evening. It says here, B-A-N-A-N-A-S, bananas. Anyway, Jesus Christ. Now I'm going to fucking sit down with my martini. It's fucking good martini. That's really nice. Yum, I haven't just made myself a fresh martini for a while. And that is good. I had a dirty martini. Is it just last night? Last night for date night? And it was good too. Dirty martini. Yeah, I'm not making any more videos tonight. I need to fucking cut my losses. Just to have a couple of drinkies. Yum. No, that is a genuinely good martini. You know, if I do say so myself, I sometimes feel a little self-conscious repeatedly saying I made a good drink, but, you know, I made a good drink. Gosh darn it. Oh, you go on those fucking commercial news sites and they're just plastered with bullshit ads. Like, ads is one thing, you know, in a capitalist society, people who are, you know, creating stuff, trying to make money, you know, to live and stuff. So, you know, ads, but the commercial sites where the ads are clearly fucking bullshit. They're actually somewhere on the spectrum between harmless bullshit and actually dangerous criminal scams. It is absurd how often you see straight up scams advertised. You just look at it and go, well, that's a fucking scam. It's just the companies that run, and there's only 2 or 3 companies like, Google and Facebook, and I think one other company that run online advertising. And even the third one doesn't have much market share. It's like Google and Facebook. They put apparently zero effort into vetting ads for criminality because they just run blatantly criminal ads. I feel like Facebook is the worst for it. And whoever the fuck was responsible for the ads on that news site that I was just looking at, it's just like, fucking hell. What chance do we have when, the mainstream companies just take money from obvious criminals and scam artists to push their criminal scams at us? It's like, well, ugh. Yes, no, that's another good one. SEO spam. You know what? I might actually even see if I can bring this up. Okay, this is OK Makes. Oh, there's another Trump article. Donald Trump rages at gag order request. Smith filed a gag order in reference to his indictment for attempting to overturn the election. Who's Jack Smith? Oh, he's a prosecutor. Biden prosecutor, deranged Jack Smith, asked the court to limit 45th president, leading Republican nominee by more than 50 points, beating Donald J. Trump's public statements. Yeah, it's actually reasonably common in some criminal proceedings to stop the accused making public statements. So it's absolutely surreal. Anyway, okay, so look, I'm going to scroll through these ads, and we'll look at which ones are just and which ones are obviously scams. I'll share my screen. Okay, so here we are looking at this quote unquote news site. So the first ad is that's for a sweepstake. I mean, yeah, that's maybe legit. But this one, $89 invention left top knee surgeon speechless. That's obviously a complete fucking scam. That's obviously a complete fucking scam. Okay, other ads. Let's scroll down. I think there'll be ads at the bottom of the page. Salesforce ads at the right time. Yeah, okay, shoes, just some stupid shoes. Okay, Australian resident shocked at how simple it is to speed up their old PC. That's an obvious fucking scam for some app that does fuck nothing on your computer and probably actually harvests your data. It's a cute dress. I don't mind the butterfly dress. Oh, look, forget expensive solar panels. Do this instead. That's also going to be a fucking scam. Oh, yes. That's a news story. Russell Brand. There are very serious allegations against him. World reacts to insane Donald Trump golf move. I don't even want to know what that is. BBC refused to repeat ban Sir Michael Parkinson show despite death. Oh, those are just quote unquote news stories. Oh, look, bad news for Obama. That's made up. That's like, oh my God, nothing is bad news for Obama. Look, wear this ionic wristband. You'll find your blood sugar. No, again, blatant fucking scam. Ancient Japanese way to rid your body of toxins. Obvious fucking scam. Oh, and this pretending to be a consumer thing, and it's just an ad for smartwatches. This new cleaning tool that's an obvious bullshit fucking scam. And just some weird bargain site. Cruise passenger banned for life for dangerous selfie. Fair enough. But yeah, just at that example, the number of obvious scam ads there. It's just holy shit. The fuck do these companies get away with just enabling criminals? Am I naive? Maybe I'm naive. That could be it. Maybe I'm just naive, thinking there should be some limits to us being exposed to criminals under the guise of it being legitimate advertising. Yeah, maybe that's the problem. The real problem here is not the absolute disregard for our well-being by these companies, and the problem's not the amount of criminal scammers out there exploiting various websites and social media. No, the problem is I'm naive for expecting there to be fucking standards. That's the real problem. Gosh darn it. This is a fucking winner, honestly. Man, I like martinis. It's because I'm sophisticated. No, I just like martinis. And I wouldn't have a few years ago. Say 5 years ago. Acquired taste. Not necessarily a positive thing to acquire tastes for drinks that are boozy as fuck. What are you going to do? Not drink alcohol? Be healthy? That sounds like a sucker's game, honestly. But who am I to say, one way or the other? Maybe alcohol's not good for you. You do occasionally get people who work in the industry who try to underplay health risks with alcohol. I refuse to do that. It's like, no, freaking alcohol's bad for you. It's a poison. It's just a fun poison. There are fun poisons. The human body is weird as fuck. There are various toxins that give us pleasurable responses. And that's even things like mint and chili, which, as I understand it, evolved to make animals not eat the plant because it's nasty to eat. And humans just went, burns my mouth. It stings and tingles. Give me more, please. And we just fucking do it. And smoking various things that fuck your head up is just like, yeah, oh wow, I'm all fucked up. Can I have some more of that, please? And hat tip to our noble ancestors who did the taste testing of the various mushrooms and related fungi. Yes, look, we are the space orcs. We absolutely are. Yes, our ancestors, and they took the notes and said, okay, so to be clear of the different mushrooms, these ones taste like meat. These ones killed George last week. These ones make you see God for 48 hours. There is, I've talked about this before. There's no real way to know for sure, but there's a popular theory among various folk that humans saw animals eat weird shit and behave weirdly and go, I wonder what that is, and try it themselves. Like livestock ate coffee beans and then got really hyper and pinging around, and they go, that seems weird. What happens if I eat those? And then you get all this energy. And fermented fruit. You can find some hilarious stories online from the Northern Hemisphere where you'll see a moose stuck in a small tree because it ate fermented fruit that had fallen from it and got really drunk and liked it, and then tried to climb the tree to eat more of the fruit and got stuck. So it's hilarious. It's like, humans watched livestock or wild animals eat fermented fruit and fall over, and they go, I wonder what that is. And then I like this fallen over shit. Can we do this on purpose? And the same thing with hallucinogens, possibly watching various animals eat something and then behave really weirdly and go, that's kind of weird. They ate that and then they acted super weird. Would I act super weird if I had that? And lo and behold, it's like in Tasmania, they grow opium poppies. fields and fields of it, with hardly any security, I might add, because I've been there. They actually grow for medical opiates. They supply the majority of medical needs in Australia for painkillers. And I read these stories because they only have really low fences. Everyone's just like wallabies that jump the fence and eat some of the poppies, and then you get high as fuck and can't get out. They're too out of it to hop back over the fence, so they're just stumbling around in these fields of opium poppies. Hilarious. Grug, got to try these berries, change your life. To the freaking loving man. I swear to God, there was stuff like that. Without doubt. I feel like that's where some really ancient religions came from. That some nomadic peoples ate particular leaves, fungus, berries, got high as fuck and started gibbering, and then just talked about the sky opened up and a great voice spoke to me, and everyone's going, Grug saw God. And it was like, he was high. Okay, he was really fucking high. There's everyone in a ceremony. God's speaking to me. I hear God. God's telling me this. And someone's going, I can't hear God. How come you're all hearing God? Did you smoke some of the God weed? No? Okay, take a couple of hits of this. Oh, fuck yeah, I can hear God now. Damn, I understand the universe. Honestly, modern organized religion would be way better if it involved the level of hallucinogens that old religions did. Like the freaking, druids in England. Just, getting high as fuck and having visions and telling people, what God wants them to do. I mean, it's very difficult to fault, is what I'm saying. But I can't think of. I made a new clarified cocktail. You see, it's very clear. It's faintly yellowish, as they tend to be. This is a urine sample from someone who's fairly well hydrated. Oh yeah, that must have been rough to get really high when snack foods hadn't been invented. But I mean, what would they have? Like some jerky, cured meats. That would be good. Cured meats would be good for the munchies back in our ancestors' time, 5,000 years ago. All right, I'm going to get a chunk of ice for my clarified cocktail. Right. 2 glass. I should have been a bit more prepared, but I'll be back. That martini was strong as fuck. Hey, Justin, back in a minute. As promised, I am back. Put my martini glass there. You know what? I'm going to do an orange peel in this. Across 110th Street, try to make a moment with me. Where did I put my Peeler. Oh, did I fucking leave the peeler out in the kitchen? God damn it. Oh, wait, I haven't turned this off. Okay, I'm just getting annoyed with myself. Not a technical problem, okay. First warmish. We've had a really warm week. Okay, Jesus Christ. Oh shit, I haven't put a cork back on that. Sorry, I just want to put a cork back on this bottle. Alright. Get my shit sorted. I haven't actually properly tasted this clarified cocktail yet. Should say you've been doing dirty yard work. Mrs. Angry is the gardener in our house. She did a bunch of garden stuff. Did a bit of chilling. Oh my God, I watched Black Adam today. That was a waste of a couple of hours of my life. I mean, it wasn't terrible. It's just definitely not good. It's like ask pretty much any reasonable screenwriter, and they will tell you if you have to spend the first 5 minutes of the movie with a voiceover telling you what's happening, you got problems. Now, I watched about 2/3 of Babylon, which is a recent release. I say 2/3 because it's fucking 3 hours long. And there's your first problem, because at 3 hours, you got to think, all right, get your head out of your ass. Does your movie really need to be 3 hours long? It's good. It's really well made. It's about Hollywood in the late 1920s. So there's a transition from silent films to talkies. Great cast. Really well shot, all those things. I am enjoying it, but Jesus, 3 hours, honestly. Yes. No, the Star Wars text scroll. You know, that's awesome. But yeah, no, the Black Adam's literally 5+ minutes of voiceover. And it's just like, oof. That is a classic warning. If you're doing a screenwriting class, that will be, if it's a decent screenwriting class, that's a thing they will warn you about. Oh, are you resorting to voiceover because you can't explain what's happening visually on the screen? You might have a problem. Oh my fucking God. Oh my God, that's good. God damn. Ooh, and there's a little bit smoky. Did I put something smoky in that? That's really good. Man, I'm a fucking genius. I'm just putting it out there. I think it's quite difficult to refute. I know how to make a fucking drink. Oh, that is fucking tasty. Oh, yum, man. I almost always like the clarified drinks I make. That's a particularly good one. And I don't even particularly remember what I put in it. It's mostly whiskey. Justin, you want to show me one of your old school reports? I will read it and give a reaction, definitely. Just go, what's the deal with flashbacks to random childhood? Doesn't seem to matter. Uh, oh, okay. And again, your experience and mine are different, and that's fine. I don't agree that and/or childhood flashbacks are irrelevant because it's A, telling you who he is, B, there's that little thing that he's obsessed about finding his sister, and C, it tells you how he came to be with his mother. I actually think that's important. Um, but yeah, if it's wasn't to your taste, that's fine. I am happy with that appellation, Noog, mad drink scientist. I will absolutely go with that. I originally I changed that. I can't change that easily. I do it there, but I have to go out, and I've had so many problems with StreamYard tonight. I'm worried I'd come back and my mic and camera wouldn't work. I changed it to say Second Emperor of the United States because today is the anniversary of Emperor Joshua Norton declaring himself Emperor of the United States. A story that I discovered through the Sandman comics back in the 90s. But it's true. He's a real person, possibly off his trolley. He's in San Francisco, declared America needed a king, and so declared himself emperor. And he was quite popular with the locals and tourists in San Francisco for about 20 years. He at one point he was making a living selling currency with his face on it. He'd exchange it for US dollars, and people would get it as souvenirs. But some venues in San Francisco would actually accept Joshua Norton dollars as real dollars. Do you think knowing his mother's adopted is important? Could be handled other ways? Well, again, opinions, and we all experience things differently. And I think that was also a little bit of world building, because that whole thing of basically his people being wiped out by the Empire through no fault of their own, that's the seed that makes Andor a rather ruthless rebel. I think it's all justified, but God, there's nothing wrong with disagreeing with me, man. All right, no, you got a report card on thing. Here's the thing. Yeah, okay, gritty reboots no one asked for. Most reboots don't particularly work. I agree. As a counterpoint, I'd throw out Battlestar Galactica, and that's like, I don't know, was it more than 10 years ago now? The Battlestar Galactica reboot fucking kicked ass. It was phenomenal. All right, so I got to open the Discord. Opening the Discord. Okay, Jazzy's put a report. Open that in the browser. Okay. Socially, Justin continues to be isolated outside of the classroom situation, though he maintains reasonable relationships within it. Outside of the classroom, he chooses to ignore his classmates, will place himself on the edge of the circle of mainstream and elderly children. Justin's not able to keep up with these children conversationally or in activities, which is sporting. His egocentric thinking means that he cannot see why others don't want to spend time with him. If he only wants to talk about his interests, not willing to listen to them. Oh, the not recognizing the autism. Doesn't see he needs to make approaches that others cannot sit back and expect from him. Justin complains about not having friends, but has little concept of friendship in relation to ideas such as reciprocity. Understandable in relation to a child with Asperger's, being one of the fundamental impairments of that condition. Continues to express unhappiness about his class placement. Is not able to evaluate his own skills realistically. Cannot see he'd not be able to cope with the level of work required in other classes. Within his own class, Justin's never been able to see if children more able than himself could not cope with an LD class. He certainly could not. Stems from egocentric thinking. Wow, this teacher's a piece of shit. Justin finds it difficult to listen to explanations, let alone absorb their meaning. It's a shame that class is so small, does not contain a wider variety of characters for Justin to try and interact with. Realistically, there's not anything to be done about this. Believe that no matter where placed, he wouldn't be happy for one reason or another. Limited social awareness and understanding means he's never going to feel truly comfortable with a peer group. Sad aspect, Justin has just enough social awareness to know people should have friends, and he doesn't, even though his understanding of that concept. This teacher's a fucking piece of shit. Oh, it's a psych, an educational psychologist. Wow, that is a judgy piece of shit right now. And yeah, Justin, you have a master's degree now. Jesus, that person is a judgy piece of shit who is also out of their depth. Oh my God, that's so fucking yummy, by the way. Did I mention I made a drink that's really yummy? Because it is. This is one of those ones that's so good, I feel compelled to comment on it every time I take a sip of it. It's got real depth and variety in the taste. The taste goes through many different things. Yes, Strictly Sega, glad you agree. Well, that was an educational psychologist who was an asshole. That to use language that judgmental on a fucking kid is Jesus Christ. Instead of saying like, you know, in any decent world, the adults in positions of power would be exploring what can we do to improve things for this particular student. And instead, that whole thing seems to be, well, fuck this guy. He has some issues, so fuck him. And I'm just like, holy fucking shit. I don't think it's limited to that person. I think it's widespread with adults in authority roles around children. What the hell are you talking about, Strictly Sega? The gun by itself. The gin. It was good, actually. It's my first impression of the taste, it was quite sweet. Like not juniper heavy. There's some nice flavors. And then the influence of being aged in the whiskey barrel comes in. It's not like full on like whiskey, but it's elements. It's like the oakiness from the barrel and some of the characteristics of whiskey come in. So it's pretty good. I'm definitely going to make an old fashioned with it another time, actually. But that's it makes a fucking kick-ass martini. And I think it'll make a really good old-fashioned. It's pretty good straight sipping. So it'd probably, if you like tonic, it would probably be good in a gin and tonic. I'd have it with soda, probably. Or actually, maybe even dry ginger ale. Actually, it'd probably go really well with dry ginger ale. Yeah. Oh, Justin, the sad thing is if these educational psychologists lost their license on that thing, they'd all lose their license, and maybe they fucking should. Yes, I'm with you, Strictly Sega. Not a gun man, I'm a gin man. Safa, how you doing? Date night was good, my man. Oh my God, the food was so fucking good. The food was all like 9+ out of 10. It was just incredible. It was so good. And the cocktails. And this place, we went to a different place. It's called Ripponlea Food and Wine. It's right next to Ripponlea train station. That's why we go there, because it's really easy to get to if you're going to get drunk. Go on public transport. And usually it's like food's really good and the cocktails are okay or pretty good. The cocktails were all pretty good. Not packed, but there was a few people in there. We were there early. Yeah, no, the cocktails were like we had 6 cocktails, 3 each, and I'd say 5 of them were 8+ out of 10. And one of them was just fine. It was like 7.5 out of 10. It was a blood orange margarita. It was fine. Nothing wrong with it at all. But the other ones were all just like fine. Their version of a gimlet, and a really boozy one that was, I guess, kind of closest thing to an old fashioned. I had a dirty martini that was really good. We actually we were there at 6, so we were out by 7:30. We had 3 courses of food and 3 courses of cocktails, and it was good. The teacher said the bucket was full as a psychologist. Okay. Oh, nice. You could say you had grilled burgers. Went to a gig. Can't drive because you're high. Proof of age, and you've lost it. Oh no. Yeah, we were on the public transport last night. But this place we've been to quite a few times over the years, and very good. Also, they like wouldn't let you in, going through your wallet, Devo. So they wouldn't actually let you in without a proof of age card. God damn it. That would suck if you're all planned and ready to do that. Public transport, like going into the city for Saturday night, although it was fairly early, there was a few people on there. Oh my God, we had this really interesting little interplay. Like, we were on a tram, and just next to us on the next seat was a guy, obviously had some mental health challenges, was occasionally talking very loudly to himself, and he's obviously a bit agitated. Like, being out in public, I think, is probably difficult for him. And it was a tram seat, so it was like where the seats face each other, like 2 seats there and 2 seats there facing each other. And he's in there, and this older woman came on who had a bit of the crazy eyes going on herself, with a little trolley with her, and she went to sit there, and this guy put his foot up on the seat and go sit somewhere else. And she's going, move your foot. And he's going, I don't want you sitting there. And she actually smacked his leg away. Don't want to sit here. And I was sitting there like, what the fuck are you? So I think she had her own challenges myself. But I'm just sitting there going, the fuck are you doing, lady? That guy is more than a touch agitated, and you are physically agitating him. And if he gets feisty, if he lashes out, I'm not going to be able to sit here and let him have a go at an old lady. And he's bigger and I would say stronger than me. And but I'm not going to be able to just stand by if he has a go at this old lady. I was just thinking, like, what the fuck? Why are you doing this, woman? But he didn't do anything, so that was good. Nook's going to share something funny but unsurprising. Okay. All right, Shriki Sega. So scan proof of age and take your photo. God damn. Oh, yeah, and those systems are probably completely insecure. Safa, broadly, my answer is no, trams aren't scary. I have, over the years, had 1 or 2 challenging experiences. AZ and I were on one where a young woman who was, again, clearly having mental health challenges actually started hitting people, and everyone freaked out and got away from her. And someone was going like grab some woman by the hair, and she's going like, I'm going to call the police. And she's just screaming, well, do it. It'll give me somewhere warm to sleep tonight. And the cops did come and take her away. And it's just extremely unfortunate, but God damn, there are limits to how much you can accommodate someone, and if they are actually physically assaulting people. All right, I'm going to get some tasting glasses and then show what am I admitting to here. Am I admitting I do whatever Safa tells me to? Maybe. I'll tell you what. So, Noog, you have a thing. Cybertruck, yes. The engineers hated it, did their own current designs because Musk hates... that Cybertruck is a disaster waiting to happen. No, Safa, the thing that happened with me and AZ, middle of the day, afternoon, broad daylight, this whole thing. 'thing. 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 'th Kings of Prohibition. I wasn't planning to, but I was out and about doing various other things, and I went past a Dan's and went, oh, I want to check if they have any specials there. This was less than $20. So I'm going to do a quick taste comparison to the one I have, which is a half bottle, Little Giant, fine aged tawny. And I'm going to compare them, see which one I prefer. And then I'll probably put one of them in my barrel. Okay, so I got my little thing here because this one's wax sealed. So I got to cut through the wax seal to open it. There we go. I think that's like a whole. Oh shit! I thought I was going to manage it without hurting myself there, but that was foolish hope. Okay, come on, goddammit. Can I? Oh God, what's this doing to me? I thought oh, there we go. That's what we want. All right. All right. No, this is not working. Fuck that. Ugh. Oh, this is not really happening. One for the Tori Amos fans out there. You bet your life it is. All right, come on. Let's get this freaking quote-unquote wax seal off. Oh, come on, goddammit. This thing is so annoying. Actually, I'm just obsessively getting all the wax off. I can probably open it quite easily at this point. No, maybe not. That bit needs to come off. Come on. Okay, yeah, that's probably enough. Justin, yes, I've watched a lot of Michael Moore films. I think he has some good instincts and some good attitudes. He also gets a bit weird and self-important sometimes, but don't we all? But I do broadly like Michael Moore films. So Stricker said you didn't see Moore visit the prison in Norway. Big movies. Yeah, I saw Roger and Me in the cinema when it was new. Oh, God, did he make Canadian Bacon, one of the last John Candy movies? I had no idea he directed that. There you go. I'm aware of the film. I may have even watched it, but I don't really remember it. Okay, it's just going to annoy the shit out of me if I don't get all this wax off here. I'm getting a bit obsessive, and I'm going to try not to hurt myself. Oh, burpees. Anyway, okay, so tawny, Australian tawnies, aka port. Oh, okay. What the fuck is going on here? Why can't I open this? Oh, this is really weird. What the fuck is going on here? Why can't I open it? I should just be able to open it. God, I think I need to get my little lever grippy thing that I use to open jars. Visit to Norway was an extra in the Sicko DVD. Okay, I literally need to go and get a thing I've got to open jars. I'll be back. That's okay. All right. Took me a while to find it, but I've got it. Okay, let's see if this works. Anyway, every kitchen should have one of these, by the way. They're really fucking useful. So, Stricky Sega, your main competitor, play very similar movies, way bigger, more active user. Oh no, groomers, no. Terrible, bad people. I don't know what the fuck is going on with this bottle top. Why the fuck can't I open this? I think it's just a cork. I cannot get this fucking thing to open. What the fuck is going on? So make a share for one of your sucks. This normally works. It's kind of like, it's got all these different things for different size jar lids and bottle lids. And you open, you put it on, and then you clamp it, and just the leverage, because it's got a grippy thing. I genuinely do not know what the fucking problem with this. I don't think I'm ever going to get this bottle open. It's just a fucking cork. It's so fucking weird. Why is it doing this to me? Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, that bottle's never getting opened. Fuck. Fucking hell. That's so weird. That is... No, it's plastic. I know, Strict Sayer, I'm having so many fucking problems tonight. It's just plastic and it's a stopper. Like I can see it goes down there, so it's a stopper. Maybe if I warm it up, I put it in hot water. Oh, fucking hell. Jesus Christ. Fuck this shit. Anyway, if I can try this one. Okay. Then we get the glug, glug, glug. I'll put it right up the microphone so you get ASMR. It's a good nut. That's a good noise, isn't it? I like that good. Yes, this is the King's Prohibition one, which I'll probably put in my barrel. Oh my God. Super fucking annoyed. I don't know what you mean by try a beer opener, Strictly Sega. It's a stopper. I have a wine thing there. Look, bad idea, but I could try it. All right, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just so annoyed at the moment. I'm going to try the bad idea. Treat it like a wine cork. See if I can drill my wine bottle opener into it. Probably not, because it's probably just like hard plastic that this won't go into. Oh, I'm standing corrected. It's going into it. Oh, it's just a fucking cork, is it? It's just, oh God, I'm such a fucking tool. It was just a cork. God damn it. All that fucking, oh my God. God hates me. It's because I say all these anti-religious things. God's getting his jollies by just fucking putting really frustrating shit in my life. And honestly, I deserve it. God damn it. It didn't look like a cork. And I just feel stupid. Okay. Going to do a taste comparison of Australian tawnies. Actually, I think the King's Prohibition one's a bit darker. No, they sit on the glass. That's all they. I think the King's Prohibition one. Loto. I wish I could stong padrongning, but I just can't. All right, I'm gonna, because I've never had the King's Prohibition one. I'm gonna try it. Like, oh man, what does that smell like? Dark chocolate, raisins, even a little bit smoky actually. And what does the Little Giant one? Smells very fucking similar. Who knew? Maybe a bit more grapey. Well, I'm an addict to proper grammar. So you meant YOU''RE. I am not an addict, and I have stopped on various occasions. I am. So did Stongpadrogning mean stop drinking? Because honestly, I'm not really going to take much advice from someone who types Stongadrongning. Oh man, that's really nice. It's it's very light, very raisiny. As I was say, that was a Twitch thing. Not a fan of raisins. That's fan. So Safa, this is the King's Prohibition one. Caramel. Oh man, it's really quite pleasant. Very easy to drink. Maybe chocolate dipped raisins. Oh, it's really quite nice. A bit of water to cleanse my palate. Yes, Safa, you've doubled King's of Prohibition sales this week. There's a big bottle, $20, less than $20. You were in an Aussie stream. When I know local streams, I have to be honest, I don't watch an enormous number of streams. I watch some. It's more that I do my own. This one's a bit sweeter, I think. This one's a bit more like honey. Tell you what, they're both really good. Going in the barrel, I think. Going in the barrel. Because I like the way it comes out of the barrel. It's a bit more grapey. Oh, man, they're both really good. Man, that's cheap piss. Interestingly, this one, which I got just because it was a half bottle and it was cheaper, is about the same price as this one for like $20. Oof. So what's this one percent-wise? 18% versus 17.5%. So they're about the same for a fortified wine. This one got a little wombat on the label. It's called Little Giant. They actually do a range of wines and fortified wines. I noticed when I was in Dan's, as does Kings of Prohibition. Kings of Prohibition had a musket. I almost got a musket because musket's really good as well. Another fortified wine. But I just thought, because, I do whatever you tell me, Safa, and you were talking about how good Kings of Prohibition is. So I got some. I don't know. They taste super similar. I think it's kind of down to what you want. I think Little Giant tastes a bit sweeter and maybe a bit lighter. So the tastes are more in the honey and grape side, whereas Kings of Prohibition is a bit more like raisins and caramel, or maybe even chocolate dipped raisins. So it depends. I think Little Giant is a little bit lighter than Kings of Prohibition. I think they're both good. I did like them both. But now I might have some soda water. Oh, gosh. Some soda water. I'm very pleased the cork went back in the bottle, because very often when you take a cork out of a wine bottle, the cork expands and won't go back in. So I'm quite pleased that cork went back in. Safa, would I buy Kings of Prohibition again? I mean, maybe, yeah. I don't use that much port. So with these two bottles, I have, in all seriousness, probably got 6 to 12 months worth of port here. So I won't be buying any port for quite a while. Like I said, I really like this because it's a small bottle. Can have it open, not have it oxidize, and all those sorts of things. But like I said, I think the Kings of Prohibition is effectively, volume-wise, half the cost of this. So, I mean, that's a pretty good deal. It's a pretty good deal. Do feel a bit like, one of the derelicts sleeping rough in the park just with my bottle of port. Brown Musket. There's another one they'd have in their brown paper bag in Dubbo. I'm just remembering that, actually. That Brown Musket was one of the ones folks sleeping in the park would drink. How Tim Smith? I don't know, half? Martini I made at the start of the stream was really strong. And then I just had a little bit of my clarified cocktail, which is comparatively lower alcohol, and just, sips of those ports. Enough to get me half Tim Smith. But also, I could give you some advance warning. Mrs. Angry and I got industrious today, booked a couple of weekends away, which means I won't be doing streams on those weekends. On grand final weekend, which is 2 weeks from now, we're going to go away. And so there won't be any streams that weekend. I mean, there might be a Sunday night one, but there won't be Friday or Saturday night, because there won't be him. I'll probably be too tired to do a Sunday night one, but you never know. So grand final weekend, I probably won't be doing any streams. And then Melbourne Cup weekend, which is further down the line, first or second weekend in November, taking some extra time off of work and going away for the weekend. So there won't be any streams, because like the public holiday is on a Tuesday, so there definitely won't be streams on like Friday, Saturday, Sunday night that weekend. And again, might not be one on Tuesday because I might be too tired, might still be recovering. But we'll see. Did I have a hangover on Saturday morning? I did not. Not even a really mild headache where I felt compelled to have a headache tablet to make it go away. Didn't have a nap at any time on Saturday. All was well. I mean, I stopped. I was right at that point. It was about midnight when I called quits. It's like, okay, I'm slightly tempted to have another alcoholic beverage. If I do, then I'm real fucking gone at that point. If I had another alcoholic beverage, I would have been seriously drunk, like, double Tim Smithed. So I just made a decision. You know what? I'm a bit drunk. Streamed for 4 hours. Gonna go to bed now. You had a drink, 3 drinks. Yeah, that's enough to feel like I had 3 drinks last night. Is it warm? Well, it's not cold, I'll tell you that much. What's the actual temp? What does BOM say? BOM, holy shit. BOM says it's still, oh no, oh fuck, it hadn't updated. That was pretty weird. Okay, BOM says it's 15. Feels like 15. Tomorrow's meant to be 21. Ooh, now they're saying there might be some rain tomorrow. They weren't saying any rain till Wednesday. And Tuesday 26, but then it's turning, for a few days. From Wednesday, maximums of 18, 15, 16, 18. Oh well, who knows? Who the fuck knows? I'm going to the zoo tomorrow. Got a work thing in the function center at the zoo. That'll be interesting. See what happens there. Oh, you woke up someone was streaming Death to Smoochie. Jesus, that's a weird movie. I haven't watched it in ages. But very, very strange movie, that one. One of Robin Williams' weirder choices in his later career. And Ed Norton, it was such a weird choice for Ed Norton as well. For those who are unfamiliar with Death to Smoochie, it's this weird thing about rivalry between mascots on children's TV shows. Oh, God. You're not a big fan. People in the chat talking it's the greatest thing. Yeah. No, it's not the greatest thing. I mean, it has its moments, not great. No, suffer, I'm not getting Tim Smith in the suit. It's a whole day. It is catered. They're not going to have booze there. Tell you what, if there's an impressive looking spread from the catering, I'll post a picture on the Discord tomorrow. Because if it's impressive, I'll also be posting a picture to my team's chat at work so the rest of my team can be jealous. Yes, Robin Williams was, man, there was such a trip, his later career stuff, like some extremely good stuff, bunch of stuff that missed the mark really radically. Yes, after there might be mini sandwiches, might be ribs. Actually, let's go his IMDb, actually. Robin Williams. Not Wikipedia. We'll go. Where's his IMDb? Okay. Where are we? Saying he's got 2 upcoming? That seems weird. He's narrating something. He's been dead for years. Okay, so Robin Williams post 2000, because I think without a doubt his high point, his most influential point was after what do we call it? Mrs. Doubtfire And okay, yeah, Good Morning Vietnam was a big one for him. That was way back in 87. Baron Munchausen was a fucking failure for everyone. Dead Poet Society. I feel like maybe that was his high point of being taken seriously. Dead Poet Society in 1989. Cadillac Man, that was a failure. Awakening's not a terrible movie, but didn't do well. Dead Again, I don't remember. Fisher King. I love the Fisher King, actually. 91. Hook, that was a fucking train wreck, I reckon. Aladdin as the Genie, I guess that was a big hit for me in 92. Toys, that failed. Mrs. Doubtfire, that was 93. Okay, I feel like that was his last mega hit in 93. But let's see. What God, he was in Homicide Life on the Street for one episode? Jesus. Birdcage in 96. I did like Birdcage. I don't think it was a huge hit. Jack, I think it's fair to say that was a failure. Father's Day with Billy Crystal, I think it's fair to say that was a Flubber, I guess, was a hit. Didn't help his. Oh, then we've got Good Will Hunting. Okay, maybe Good Will Hunting was his last big critical hit, 97. Patch Adams, I think, was a failure in 98. Jacob the Liar in 99 was definitely a failure. Bicentennial Man 99, I think, is definitely a failure. Oh God, 1 Hour Photo. I love that movie. It's a real weird, fucked up drama he did, and he's very good in it. 2002. Then Death to Smoochie in 2002. Insomnia was also a serious drama in 2002. What was it with him doing fucking serious dramas that were really quite good? And then there's, oh, that's right, he was a voice in Robots, a supporting role. Man of the Year 2000. There's like, oh, that's right, he was Teddy Roosevelt in Night at the Museum. He was only a supporting role, not hugely successful. God, he was in an episode of Law and Order SVU in 2008. Jesus. He did a voice in SpongeBob SquarePants. God. Happy Feet 2. He was in a few TV shows for one episode, Wilfred and Louie. Yeah, no, there's a whole bunch of fucking nothing. Another Night at the Museum. Yeah, no, so his last sort of hit taken seriously, I think, is absolutely fair to say was Good Will Hunting in 97. I think it kind of foundered quite a bit after that. But they might not have been big hits, but I really liked 1 Hour Photo, and Insomnia was also good. Dramas he did in 2002. Yeah, Birdcage great. Toys and Jack terrible. Sorry, what's RV? I'm not even been paying attention. Yeah, I think there was not a lot for him. Man, he did a lot though. Good Will Hunting in 97. I think he had a pretty good year in 2002. Oh, right, yes, RV. That was actually the name of the movie. It's not showing up on what year is that? I'm not seeing it on the IMDb. I remember that. What year was that? Because I'm not seeing that, but I remember it existing. Oh my God, one of his early movies, The World According to Garp, in 1982. That was a bit of a trip. Was that actually his first movie? Did a bunch of TV, most notably Mork and Mindy, for 4 or 5 years. And then World According to Garp. I remember that. Dang. Now, RV's not here. That's so weird. Man, he had a lot of misses. A lot of misses. Bunch of really good stuff. Oh my God, can you hear that stupid motorbike going up the street? Oh no, it is here. What the fuck? What is wrong with me? 2006. Okay. All right. Yeah, no, that was me. That was me just not being able to see it. No reflection on anything apart from my ability to see things. But yeah, I mean, for someone who's, as loved as Robin Williams and his highs were so amazingly high. Jesus, he had a lot of misses. So, holy shit. Do you ever watch any of his actual stand-up shows? Because it's really interesting to watch the ones from the 80s when he is seriously fucking ripped on cocaine. And then you watch some later ones where he jokes about how he used to be seriously ripped on cocaine when he was doing live performance. But yeah, you watch some of his live stand-up from the 80s and holy shit. And yes, he was quite open about mental health things as well. Yeah, that's the thing. People who entertain us are often sacrificing a huge amount, whether they be comedians, actors, musicians, sports people. The number of people who die as a result of entertaining us is really quite disturbing. Oh God, stand up. He's pretending to eat a woman out and put his arm over his face. He did really go there with a lot of stuff in his stand-up routines. The cocaine-fueled ones, a lot of them was just how intense and manic he was, as opposed to being actually funny, although he did have good jokes in the routines. It was just this absolutely unbridled energy and power and manic elements of the show that had the audience laughing, which we know in hindsight was very bad for him. But dang, yep. So I try and cut some slack whenever you hear of anyone, any sort of celebrity, entertainer, even sports people who, everyone must know I don't give a shit about sports. But these people do give up an immense amount for our entertainment. And look, I mean, sure, it isn't as punishing as extreme physical labor jobs that also kill people young, and they get less than 1,000th the remuneration that celebrities get. But I actually do think it's genuinely important to acknowledge, while we talk about, celebrities being fucking weirdos and loonies, because they are, but also the nature of what they do means they they simply cannot have a normal life. I think a lot of them have much better lives than you and I, but they're the ones that just have more extreme lives, and they have much less happy lives, and they literally die in the service of entertaining us, which I think is worth acknowledging. Or like in the movie I was watching today, Babylon, about 1920s Hollywood, and it's just doing these wild drug-fueled parties and whatnot. But yeah, these people were fucking themselves up, creating entertainment for us. So I do think that's worth acknowledging. You know, while they get money and special treatment and blah, 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 blah. Oh, yes. Robin Williams' cameo in Louis, one episode. Mutual friend died and they were the only ones who went to the funeral. Oh, God. Also, stand-up comedy. Oof. That takes a toll. That is punishing with the way it kills people. It's it's very tough. Like particularly, I think a lot of people when they see, a comedian doing a big show, like, oh, they got a special. It was on TV or it was on HBO or Netflix or whatever. Stand-up comedy is fucking brutal. Why does stand-up comedy kill so many people? Because it's really fucking brutal. And it's not just bombing, because sometimes quite successful comedians can't keep going, like Robin Williams. It's just brutal, and there's a feeling of constantly being judged. America in particular has this thing of road comedians. Like, when you watch the TV specials and whatnot, you see these people and you go, oh, yeah, they're on TV or on a streaming service and they're doing quite well. But there are thousands of comedians who make most of their living from constantly touring. So, like, when you see those big shows, they're in the big cities, LA, Chicago, New York, or even if it's it's in the south of the Midwest, it's in a big city. But people in small cities want comedy too, and so there are these road comedians who are constantly touring and doing live shows, and they make a living, but they live out of hotel rooms and whatnot. It's just stand-up comedy is brutal on both mental and physical health. Robin Williams seemed to have, I don't know if it's Parkinson's, but we have been told posthumously he'd gotten a diagnosis of a really debilitating physical disease. I don't think it was exactly Parkinson's, although I could be wrong. But yeah, that didn't come out till after he died, that he had been given a diagnosis of, I think there's a really debilitating physical disease, and it may have had a corresponding mental health aspect. But yeah, yes, the number of comedians whose lives have ended in a hotel room alone is far too many. It's pretty nasty shit. And yeah, Safa, music touring is brutal. That's another one worth talking about, like music. Okay, so you think, we think about big pop stars or rock stars. They got so much money, they're so spoiled and all that. And even the biggest names are usually getting fucked over by record companies and promoters. Like, the Rolling Stones had to sue a record company to get the money they wrote. But we think about music, we all take it for granted. We love music. We love listening to music. And I think most of us are probably guilty about deriding various music stars, pop stars, rock stars, whatever. But again, what they give up, you think of people, decide they want to play music. Of all the people who go, oh yeah, I want to play and I'm going to form a band, I think it's fair to say 90% of them never perform. Like, they maybe, rehearse with some friends, but they never perform. Of all the people who think they're going to do it, 90% never perform. Of the ones who do perform, I think like 99% never go anywhere. Like, there's never a chance they're ever going to be big because they're probably just not that good, or they can't find their audience. Of the ones who get somewhere, I think again about 90 to 99% of those don't get a strong enough following that they get a record deal, that they ever actually release anything to the world. They gig for however many years and it never goes anywhere, and they waste however many years of their life doing it. Then of the people who get a record deal, you're familiar, and they might be in the public eye for years, 90 to 99% of those never make enough money to be set for life. Like, at a certain point, after 5 or 10 years or whatever, they have to give it away and try and get a day job because they can't subsist on the meager earnings of their career, even though they've been in the public eye for an extended period. And so then they've given up. Like, they try to get into the job market in their 30s, and they only have the work experience of someone who's about 18 years old. And so they've fucked their life up for our entertainment. But then of the people who do make something of a career that, lasts a decade or more, and they're making money, again, 90 to 99% of them aren't comfortable. Like, they have to keep performing. They have to keep recording. They have to keep touring, or they've got no fucking money. So of all the people who ever started out to be a music performer, the tiniest fraction, are actually rich. And some of them are very rich, but there's such a small percentage. And I think we should give more credit to the people who fuck up their lives for our entertainment. And not necessarily to the point of, dying in a hotel room. So, but again, literally just going like, oh, I slogged away at this for 10 plus years, got nowhere. Now I have to get a day job, but I'm in my 30s and I have no more experience in the workplace than an 18-year-old. It's just fucked. And I feel like we gloss over that too much, the scale at which people sacrifice their fucking lives for our entertainment. Oh yeah, back to the 90s. I refused to go to any revival things because back in the 80s, when I was a cynical Gen Xer going out to those things, you'd get acts from the 60s who were doing revival tours to fill out their retirement fund, and I used to mock them. And so now bands from the 80s and 90s that I liked are doing these prop up the retirement fund revival tours, and I can't bring myself to go and watch them. They might even be really good performers, but it's like, no, I mocked this shit in the 80s, and I cannot continue with it. I can't support these bands that are, in their 60s and 70s touring. I don't get why they're doing it, and they need to do it to have a retirement fund. But she's like, no, when I was young and cynical, I mocked this shit. And now I'm old. I refuse to get into the revival thing. I'm kind of a music snob, Safa. Not as much as I'm a cocktail snob, but I try to be like, oh, okay, that's your thing, whatevs. But I try to listen to at least some new music. Like I do like, because I have YouTube Premium, I get YouTube Music. I do like the playlist thing. Like you pick one song and then you go with whatever it auto picks after that. Like we were talking about during the week, pick a Motown song and get a nice Motown playlist. I like to spice up my playlist. I keep looking at what's a new release. I need to listen to some new releases. So I'm young and vibrant. But then I can't help it. I like go back and listen to some of my golden oldies. Yes, Maynard, James Keenan, Tool, Perfect Circle, Pulsifer, Turn 60. That's real. So, like, if I look at my playlist, I actually like the way YouTube Music does this. They do mixes, and they'll do it genre-wise. So if I look at it as a mix, it says, oh, this one's got Amy Shark, Hilltop Hoods, Briggs. So that's the newer stuff. Then mix 2 is The Cure, New Order, Smiths, Aztec Camera. That's the 80s stuff I love. My mix 3, Killers, Dean Lewis, Mighty Boss Tones. It's a bunch of male vocal. My mix 4, okay, I don't know what that's about. Bo Burnham, Andrew WK, DJ Shadow, down the sack. Okay. Mix 5, that's a hip hop one. Run the Jewels, Denzel Curry, Post Malone. My mix 6, Go Betweens, Church, Falling Joys. That's like Australian pop music from the 80s and 90s. Mix 7, Fatboy Slim, KLF, Chemical Brothers. So that's like 90s dance music. Oh, it's Pussifer, not Pulsifer. Okay, Pussifer. The only DJ Shadow I really know is the Run the Jewels one, Nobody Speak. But then you get the mega mix where it's just like, oh no, this is all the weird shit you listen to put together. And like this auto-generated mega mix, like Billy Bragg, New Order, okay, 80s, Block Party, 90s, Pixies, early 90s, Briggs, modern, Thelma Plum, modern, Jesus and Mary Chain, 80s, Jam, early 80s, Billie Eilish, modern, Bo Burnham, modern, Lime Cordial, modern, OK Go, there were bigger, look, 10, 20 years ago. Go-Betweens, 80s, Amy Shark, modern, Vampire Weekend, sort of modern, Future Island, sort of modern, Mike Snow, sort of modern, Florence Machine, sort of modern. So it goes all over the place, and I really enjoy it. It's just like, who knows what? Because I did a couple of Motown playlists recently, might start adding Motown to that big mashup one. Holy shit, DJ Shadow's been around that long? Did an album back in 96? Jesus. I didn't know DJ Shadow had been around that long. It's Good and Angry. Okay. I'm literally going to have to look that up. I'll get it on here. DJ Shadow introducing album. All right, I'll listen to that tomorrow. I'll listen to DJ Shadow tomorrow. I'm completely unfamiliar. I'm not very familiar with American hip hop at all, honestly. I do remember I saw a really fun video on YouTube, and it was Run the Jewels and DJ Shadow breaking down Nobody Speak, which is like a huge hit. And the funniest bit was Killer Mike and DJ Shadow razzing LP, which is the white guy from Run the Jewels, because he didn't like the brass in Nobody Speak, and he tried to talk DJ Shadow out of keeping that which is the hook that had it used in a couple of movies. And everyone that dun dun dun. LP was arguing against using that, and he was looking really embarrassed because DJ Shadow and Killer Mike were just razzing him like, "What the fuck do you know, man?" That's the bit everyone loved. Chog, hello, by the way. I forget boomer artists. The Gen X artists are really fucking old. Okay, from Wikipedia introducing. Oh, that's the debut album by DJ Shadow. Jesus. See, I had no idea DJ Shadow had been around that long. Not hip hop's not something I'm a scholar of. I do like hip hop. I tend to listen to more Australian hip hop than American hip hop. And it's obviously an American form. I did get a CD at one point. It was Ministry of Sound's Classics of Hip Hop. I thought I need to know the classics of hip hop, and about 75% or 80% of it was like a double CD. 75-80% of it was really good, but Jesus Christ, there was some fucking clangers on it. There was just a couple tracks on it. I'm going like, well, this fucking sucks. Most of it was really good though. Yeah, I think Green Day are like young Gen X. We could look up their age. Let's look up their age because I'm about to finish for the night. Let's look up their age. When were they born? Green Day, American rock band. Let's look at their Wikipedia entry. Formed in 87, definitely Gen X. Billy Joe, how old's Billy Joe? Yeah, born 72. They are core Gen X. Green Day are a core Gen X band. Do you know there's a town in country Victoria called Dookie? There really is. No, I don't think Dookie was their first album. No. But yes, just fun fact, there is an actual town in country Victoria called Dookie. And I know that's American slang for shit. And I do think, yeah, Dookie is a good album. It is a good album. But yeah, so yeah, they're very Gen X. They're right in the middle. They're not young or old Gen X. They're just right down the middle Gen X. Kind of like I'm old Gen X. Oh, there you go. Safa grew up near Dookie. You liked having them around in your teens. Great albums. Yeah, American Idiot's a great album. I have a lot of time for Green Day. Oh, good. Okay. Offspring are funny. There's a bunch of Offspring that I like. I remember reading an interview with artist who did the artwork for one of their really well-known albums. It was like a cartoon. It was like a girl on a swing with a bug on her lap. I think it. Oh god, it was either Ixnay on the Ombre or Americana. Ah, it was Americana. Okay. So I remember reading this interview with the artist who did the artwork for Americana, which is a kid on a swing with like a bug on their lap. And he thought Offspring's music was shit, but he was friends with the guys in the band. So he's like, oh, I do the art for them. Their music's kind of shit, though. Okay, so it's bedtime. Oh, yeah, REM. Age-wise, REM are actually boomers, I'm almost sure. But the audience was very Gen X, kind of older Gen X. Oh, Jog, that's a big call. I love it. Dookie was Green Day's Dark Side of the Moon, and American Idiot was Green Day's The Wall. Excellent fucking take. That is an excellent take. I honestly want to round out on that take because that's a fucking killer take. And I'm gonna eat the cherry, I think. So Shuki Sega, Tuki, sorry, Americana's line up one of the last tapes you bought. From Sanity. Oh god. Okay. All right. On that big take, Dookie was Green Day's Dark Side of the Moon. American Idiot was Green Day's The Wall. Excellent take. I fucking love it. I'm going to eat the cherry and go to bed. I don't know. Because we've watched all the new episodes of Wheel of Time. So we actually have to make a decision. Might start watching Ahsoka. I don't know. So fucking good. Good night, all you funky people. I'm glad I survived my technical problems. I mean, probably back on Tuesday, but who knows? It might be takeaway night with the offspring. I'll be around sometime. See you fine folk